everybody, hope you are well. Welcome back to the channel. We're back again in the garage down at Steve and Caroline's, and we are cracking on. We've got more fuel line stuff to do, we've got more stuff to get inside the car, and we have some new stuff that's arrived today, so that's quite cool. I will show you that right now before we get cracked on. So first item that's arrived is this product here. It's a Skunk 2 upper wishbone ball joint for the Civic, so with a camera adjuster on it. And there's another one. So I've ordered this one first, thinking they'd come in a pair. I thought they might have done for the price, but nope. I had to order another one. So that's arrived, and someone wants a refresher. You can have one. What else have we got? Let's have a look in here. This little fuel line jobby. So this is to go onto the fuel pump. Did a bit of jigging around with the fuel fittings that I had. So I just need this cover off here, and I'm just about to start putting that intercom in as well. So this will be going on here, and then straight down to that fitting onto there. And then I think that's it for all the fuel fittings. I think that will be it. So once you get that on there, I do need to tighten it up at the bulkhead, just under there. And then I've also got some heat shrink on the way for this red cable. That's me being really picky, is that? So it's black rather than red, and then I'm going to zip tie it all down there like I showed before. And then just on the engine side of things, I'll just lift this up and prop it up with my head. Bear with me, everybody. So back to this escapade. In the last episode, I showed you this fitting on here that didn't fit. So I have been in touch with Torx, which is a company who do all these little fittings. Very good quality. Customer service is absolutely spot on. If anybody needs any AN fuel lines or brake lines or anything like that, eBay, Torx, T-O-Q-R-E-S, however you spell it. Yeah, T-O-R-Q-U-E-S. And I sent them a message at about, I think it was about 1:30 this morning. 1 minute past 9 or something like that, I got an email back saying, because I sent them a little picture and the measurement of what I need, basically. And they said, no, that fitting won't work that you've got. You need to buzz the end of the barb off, so the little fitting, and then use this 6mm compression fitting, and it'll go to an AN line. So I've ordered it straight off, and then that should be here tomorrow, if it's not come today. So super fast on the delivery. I literally order stuff 1, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and it's somehow there by the afternoon. So I'm mega impressed with that company. So I've given a really good review on eBay this afternoon. Left some really good feedback and stuff. So, but yeah, so I'm made up with that. The other thing was the rear suspension I've not been too sure about. So the dampers that are on it are HSD, and they've had a big jump on Mull the last time we did it, and I have a funny feeling the valving's all bust out of them. I think it is anyway, because it was bobbing about like mad on the straights. Really, really unnerving. Might just be my sort of preference, I like a really stable rear end. And I don't want it to be tail happy ever. I do left foot brake to keep the back end in check anyway, on gravel and on tarmac, any wet conditions, because I really do not like the feeling on especially on Mull, where there is no route at all. It's not so bad on gravel and, you know, other sort of rallies, but Mull, you've got to be precise. You cannot have like too stiff a spring on the back and it be tail happy. It's going to be chaos. It'll be ending disaster. So I've pulled the trigger on some Bilsteins, and I will show you them right now. So this is how they come boxed up. So I ordered these not even that long ago off bilstein.co.uk. So I don't know whether they're like being shipped from Germany or somewhere based in the UK, but here they are. That's the spring platform. super nice quality. I'm impressed, put it that way. I really am impressed with this. There is no burr edges, everything's been nicely machined off. It's lightweight as anything. It's got a really nice strong lip in there, and that is for, bear with, just the camera will be all over the place. That is the damper. So they are a V6, but they are nice, and they're a lot stronger than I thought they were going to be anyway, put it that way. So that lip there, you've got two options. You can have it on higher or lower. But all the welding, all the quality of them, and it even comes with what's looking like an M10 nut in there, all nicely welded on. Yeah. So Bilstein don't need any introduction to rallying. They've been around for years, and I just wanted something just to go on the car that I don't have to fabricate. I have already got this lot to fabricate, which are those spherical bearings. But yeah, get a top mount on them, get a spring on them, bolt them to the car, fit and forget, hopefully for a few events anyway. So happy days. I am mega happy with that. But if anybody else has used Bilsteins below, Bilsteins on the car, stick it in the comments below. So I'll just whip this. This is the locking nut on top, and then that's your. They've got a bump stop on there. Probably might trim that down a little bit anyway, just so there's a bit more travel rather than hitting bump stop. But mega happy with them. So top mounts will be going on there, and the job is a good one. So that's the rear suspension sorted out, and yeah, simplified. You can go with three-way suspension. You can go with, BC Racing coilovers. But I wanted something really sort of supple, and but I wanted something really sort of nice and soft on the back, and I won't say forgiving, but just nice and soft, so a lot of grip on the back of there. So I'm happy with them for now, anyway. Not saying they're going to do all of the events, but when you start looking at sort of, there is BC Racing coilovers, there's Meister R's that are for Hondas. Is the valving going to be right? I've done this. I've been down this road before, and I've done it just from, this is from my experience. So I've had a set of Japanese three-way coilovers on them before with the canisters and all the rest of it, and the valving was just shocking. Actually chucked me off on a cattle grid as well. Not saying I wasn't going too fast, because I probably was, but it just wasn't helping. So the damping ratios of these coilovers that you can bolt on, especially for Honda cars, Honda and this sort of Civic range, there's stance life and all the rest of it. So as far as aftermarket parts go, it's how low can I get my car and all that jazz, and then we're not in for that. So I'm happy if I can just put my spring rate that I wanted on there, and then some wide-bodied Bilstein 50mm dampers. Off we go. Job's a good one. And I'll feel a lot better with them on the back of the car than I would set of like coilovers that have got the wrong valving and stuff in them. So yeah, we're going to try those out on Prom Rally. I've got a funny sneaking suspicion that the car's going to handle the best it ever has, especially with these new spherical bearings in the rear end as well, which I'm on the case for some steel rear lower control arms. I am looking for some. Got a mate, Mark Shaw, who's messaged me today. I did reach out to him and said, have you got any of these? Sent him a picture. He said yes, he's got a Civic that he does banger racing, so hopefully they're all right and he's not smashed them up. But I have got two left-hand side ones, weirdly. So from donor cards and stuff that I've had in the past, I've looked in all my storage sheds and where I keep my rally stuff, I can't find any right-hand side versions of it. So if all else fails, I'll have to just use two left-hand ones, the same length, same bushings and everything. Spin it round. I am going to plate them up anyway, so they will look similar from the back. But worst case scenario, I have to run two lefts, but it doesn't matter because it's just the way they're pressed. Usually the pressing sits inside, but like I say, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to start putting them coil and shocks on today. because I've got springs and everything to sort out for those. But we also do have these. So I've got these that have arrived today. These are from Motorsport Tools. And there should be 8 of these little badges. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yep, there is. I'll be doing that to me. So these are spread washers for the side of the bucket seats. There should be 4 in each one. And this hardware that I bought the other day, which is down here, these M8 hex nuts, these should sit nicely in there, and these are for the side mounts, seat side mounts. Nice little dress-up kit, but it gives a lot more spread load on the seat mounts on there rather than just putting washers in. Got some nice tough ones. So they'll look nice. And what else have I got today as well? But yeah, no, I think that's about it for now. Seems we've spent enough anyway. So right, let's crack on and get this rest of these fuel lines sorted out on the inside. Okay, just got that fuel line on there. I will reverse the camera and show you that. There we go. So we've got, this is the return line, so it's on that side there. And then I've got this little jobbit. So I've got a -8 down to a -6. This is the fuel sampling thing that needs to go on. Another -8 on there. And then I will put that like that and then join those two up. Jobs are good in. There we go. So we've got this in. There's a bit of a concoction of things, but that's what we've got going on. So that will sit in there like so, ready for the new fitting to go on there, and then the rest of it, not too bad. There's a bit of a curvature to that, but it's not too bad. So now I'm just going to start on the other side and then come up to the fuel filter just here, and then from the fuel filter round to the fuel rail. So back on there, getting another end on here. Well, there we have it. I think that is everything fuel line related replaced, apart from this fitting here. So let's just put the lights on. So it comes out with the bulkhead fitting. This is the return line. And then this one will be fixed onto here like so. So that's just got a little bend in it and goes down there. This one I'm still not sure if I'm happy with. So it comes up here. It's got the fuel sampling thing there, runs along into the new filter, directional filter, comes along here, curves round, and then comes back underneath and then into this banjo. This banjo might be a bit too thick. I don't know. It's only got a few threads on here, so I might be swapping this at some point. But for the first fire up, we might be right. But I think, like I say, barring that fitting, we're winning. So inside the car, need to core a hole in this for. How am I going to do that? Actually, thinking about it. We'll work these problems out together. So this is the top hat. What I'm going to have to do is core this out, undo that, core that out, and then slip that on along with another hole, sort of like an ovalized hole in it here for that. And then I'll move the cover out the way and bolt all this back up, tighten it all up, and then that hopefully should slot back on. Jobs are good in. So I'll have a go with that right now. So this is what we've had to come up with. So that's the cover, like that. I've had to put an overlated slot in there, and then this needs boring out a little bit more, so I'll sort that out as well. That one's for that one to go in there, and then I'll have to put that in there, and then I'll have to get a piece of either sort of plastic or something to cover over that, and then all sealed up, ready, sorted. But then the next little job, this little fitting's arrived today, which is a compression fitting which goes on the fuel pressure regulator. So I'm just going to buzz the end of the barb off, with this little wheel here, and then hopefully that will go on there nicely. Need to clean that up. I've learnt from me just doing some plumbing at home. These need to be mega clean, otherwise they start leaking like a mustard, so we'll sort that out. Right, there we go, we've got that fitted on there now. So I don't know if you can see, let's turn the light on, there we go, that's better. So it's like a little compression fitting. This screws onto here, and that's the one that we made, and there's loops down there. Job is a good one. Right, next job is some plastic windows. I've got Steve here. Steve's going to be helping. Yeah, you are. Yeah, Steve's going to be on his buffer. So, as some of you might know, Steve works for a body workshop. It's called Body Works here in Morecambe, so it's not too far, just down the road. So he's the man for the bodywork and the polishing compounds and stuff that he knows all about that I don't really know much more about. So we've got some sanding discs, 2000 grit sanding discs, and we're going to go at that. So here we go, window number one, and we've got the sliders on there still. Just grab them D8, haven't it? So we're going to nip the sliders off, but we've got a bit of carpet, and we'll give it a bit of a. I think it'll be all, not too bad on the inside, will it?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I think it's just the outside, obviously, with the rallying in forest and whatnot. You get all these scratches and crap on them. So we'll whip these off first and be back to you. Right, so we've got all these out, these little window sliders and stuff. Got all the hardware in there, and we're just going to have a go at a little bit of a polish, see what it comes up like. So this is the inside, and see what we can do. But I think more on the outside is a bit more scratch. But crack on, mate. Happy days. Looking a bit shinier, isn't it? That's just on the inside, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll try it outside now and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Then.
I think the outside a bit worse side, won't it? Flip her over and give her a go on this side. Here we go, a bit of a hand polish at the end just to get the compound off. Look at them.
They're better, aren't they?
They're miles better, aren't they? Considering it was absolutely covered in scratches before.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is actually just
compound, isn't it?
residue.
Check that out. Happy days. Obviously, where the sliders are, you're not going to get that out unless you do a really heavy cut on it. But, the sliders are going to slide back in anyway. So as long as the glass is a lot more clear, but look at that. That looked a damn sight clearer to me than it was before. So job is a good one. 2 minutes with a buffer. Like you know what you're doing.
Nah.
So just to give you a bit of a compromise, look at that. You can hardly even see that one. So this is the one we've just polished. Well, sorry, should do this one first, shouldn't we? So this is the one that's what it was like before. That's not looking so new, is it? You can see it very, very hazy. But then you come over here, she's like a new one. Obviously, there's some like little scratches and I think a bit of silicone or whatever it is, so that'll come off. But that's on the rubber gap anyway. But yeah, before and after. Look at that. So there we have it. 2 nice fresh units to go back in. All nicely polished up. Looking like a new one. Right, let's get these back in the car. I've just drilled out these holes just to make it a little bit easier in fitting. I've got an M6 bolt in there, ready to slide them on. Jobs are good in. Let's go. So, come to put the windows in, and found that previously I've clogged this up with silicone. So I'm just in the process now of pulling it all out. It does come out relatively easy, and then I've got it all out from the top of it already. So things that you do, then you come back to and you make you cringe. But this is just a bit of stuff I need to clean up, and I'll get that with a bit of brake cleaner or whatnot. But just got this last bit to do. Thank God I didn't do the other side, but I'll get this window in as soon as possible. Well, that was a nightmare. Jeez, what are you doing, Andy? That's just all silicone that I've put in before to bomb the window in. You watch. I'll get mid-rally and it'll pop out, won't it? Well, we'll crack on. We'll get the glass back in. Well, we've got that back in, not without struggle, but it's all the seals nice and tight up there now. So all I've got to hold these in, these. So just down here, I've got a 10 there and a 10 there. You've got to knock the window up really hard and then get it really tight up here. Otherwise, you end up the window folding out at the top there. But this is the slider strip, bit of gloss black paint. Tidy her up, jobs are good in. There we go. Just give her a nice tidy little finish up, won't it? This is what I'm using, just a generic acrylic gloss black. We'll let that dry for a few minutes and then we'll knock her on. So I'll stick that there. So this is good. We can stick sliders in. I'll actually give the sliders a little bit of a polish. But I'll get the other side in first. And then hopefully it's a lot easier than that one. We'll crack on. She's in. Just click these in as well. There's some little green tabs just underneath. But yeah, looking nice and clean. Well, there's a lot of finger marks on there after me. Right, so next job is these back ones. Just slam that shut. Under here somewhere. Oh, just tool. Keep finding some tools. ECU that I've repainted the top of. Make it nice and tidy. Under here somewhere. There we are. Oh, some that's gone. Right. Torch in me. Get out. We'll get there. There we go. So these are the back windows. I did paint this black surrounding, so I might just touch up a little bit. See some scratches on the inside, and that's because getting the window out, I've had all this bonding stuff on. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a scratch off, and then mask up, where I'm going to be just touching up. Bit of a paint. I think inside not so bad. It's more the outside just needs a bit of a polish, and I'll take this 85 off. I'll probably leave Andy Wild on, but yeah, we'll go from there. There we have it, all tidied up using this handy little tool that I found in Steve's toolbox. Cheers, Steve. And we've got all along here, all nicely tidied up. Like I say, I'm going to mask a bit off now and touch up a few bits. There we go. Just done a quick paint job, masked it up. Got it all off, and then it just means that some of the scratches on the blacks around aren't there anymore. We're trying, but we'll give this a polish once that paint's dried on the side. But I'll get this number off here. There we go. Numberless again. Right, let's get some compound on it, and let's go. Right, so window's all ready to go in, and I've got this stuff from Screwfix, a couple of quid, not a lot of money. So window's all ready, and I've put this stuff on. So a bit of a foam, it's got 3M on the back of it. Just pull the tape off. all I'm going to do is put the original rivets back in. This time I've got black ones, so you won't be able to see them as much, but it'll be a nice little finished job, I think. That's the stuff you take off the top. It's not double-sided, it's just, it's just like a shiny side up front. I think it's mainly for draft excluding on doors, but we'll give that a go. Show you the results in a second. And just like that, she's in. Lots of finger marks, like I said, so I'll just put some nice black rivets all the way around. Job is a good one. Right, on to the next. To the side. I won't bore you with the whole process again. I'll just get it in. There we go. Glass and sliders all back in. Looking like a new one. Happy days. That's another job thing ticked off the list. So, just looking at these door cards, they've got a little bit of scuffs and whatnot on them, but hey up. Got the original plastic on them. They're like new. Win. Whew. So, we've got a bit of progress gone. We've got door cards back on, as you can see, nice and neat. I will get some new self-tappers, but we've got both sides on. Oh, they look smart, don't they? With now we've got that plastic off. Looks miles better. Just clean the handles up with some bit of Scotch-Brite. But she's not looking too far off. I've still got this to mess around with. Put some like rubber trim around there, core that hole out a bit more, so that's in there. But on the outside jobs of things, I think we're not so far off. Are we? I think. Sorry, Steve and Kaz are here. No, Steve and Kaz. It is about 10:30 at night, whatever time it is, so it's a bit of a late one. So today, I think that's going to be it for this. We'll call it and then crack on tomorrow.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.